Hello retouchers, so welcome to my channel once again. In today's tutorial, I will show you a professional way you can retouch a beauty picture and get to a professional result like this right here. Okay, so and we are going to take it step by step. So by the end of this tutorial, you will learn a professional ways you can retouch a picture like this. Okay, so this is the raw of this picture. This is the before and this is after. So we are going to learn from the retouching to the skin tone. Okay, so before, after. Okay, so without much ado, before we start, I will love you to do one thing for me. So I will love you to subscribe to this channel, hit the bell button, like this video even before you start watching, and drop a heart, drop a comment. Okay, so I believe you have you have subscribed. Okay, so now let's get into the tutorial. Okay, so now this is this picture right here. So as you can see this picture right here, it's beautiful, but we really need to beautify it more. Okay, so to get to this result. Okay, so and to do that, it will require some works. Okay, which we are going to do here. Okay, so we are going to use a method we called frequency separation. Okay, so this method will enable us to separate the tone of this picture and the texture, putting them in two different layers. Okay, so that's what we are going to do here, and we are going to do it using my all-in-one retouching preset here. Okay, so I believe you have downloaded this preset, and if you haven't, you check the pinned comments in this tutorial, the pinned comments there. Okay, you will get it. So, and to retouch this picture, the first thing we do, we have to remove the wrinkles and blemishes on her skin. Okay, and to do that, we create an empty layer above the picture here. Then pick our spot healing brush too. Okay, so make sure that you are on hard brush, so your hardness will be on 100. Okay, so and make sure that your sample all layers here is on. Okay, so and what you will do is to just paint on those any necessary stuff that you want to remove on the picture. Just paint on it to remove it. So now we're going to take our time to remove those things here. So if you are a beginner watching this tutorial, congratulations, this is the best tutorial for you. Okay, so if you want to upgrade also, this is the best tutorial for you. By the end of this tutorial, you will learn how to retouch like a pro. So if you're working on a picture like this, with this method, take your time and pick those unwanted stuff from the picture. Pick it out. Okay, so as you can see, what I'm removing is spots. I'm not removing the freckles. Okay, there's a difference between freckles and spots. Okay, freckles, they are part of the human's feature. Okay, so we don't remove them, just remove the spots. Okay, so as you can see, we have removed all the spots here. Okay, so this is the before and after. Okay, so now we have to merge it together here. Okay, like I told you, we'll be using frequency separation. Okay, so this is my all-in-one retouching preset. I'll be using the first advanced frequency separation there, which is this frequency separation here. Okay, so it will give you a message. It's very, very user friendly. All these messages, you just have to click continue. All these messages are directing you on what to do. Okay, so right here, this is where some retouchers find it difficult. Okay, so if you get here wrong, your retouching will be wrong. Okay, so here you will put the amount of blur that will blur your picture and you will still be seeing your textures, but not obvious. Okay, so there is no particular amount here. Okay, so but for the sake of this tutorial, this 8 is okay. 7 can serve also. Okay, we can as well use 7 for this tutorial. Click OK. Now it has finished loading here. Okay, so as you can see here, you will get the tone. Okay, the tone is double and you get the correction and the texture. Okay, is double. So now it has separated the textures of this picture, put them in one layer, then the tone is on its own layer. Okay, so whatever thing we are doing on the tone will not affect the texture. Okay, so now we are going to work on the tone. Okay, you might be wondering why the textures are double, the tone are double. The reason why they are double, in case you are working on this and you make a mistake, you can easily delete this and continue with this without doing the process over and over again, creating the frequency separation process all over again. Okay, so that's why they are double. Okay, we work on tone. I've made a video on how you can work on correction, the empty layer in between. Okay, you can check my channel for that, how to retouch with an empty layer. Okay, so but for this tutorial, we'll be using the tone. We're working on the tone. Okay, so and this is our mixer brush tool here. Okay, so our mixer brush tool here, we enter inside the brush. Make sure you are on soft round brush. Okay, and inside the brush settings here, make sure that your smoothing is active. Okay, so here make sure you are on clean brush. Okay, so here this is this first brush here, which is the load brush after each stroke. You deactivate it and activate the second one. Okay, so let me explain these two brushes here. So if this load brush after each stroke is on, it will spoil your retouch. Because next, if it's on, if you are working on here and you want to move to this side, it will take the sample from here to paint this side and will spoil your image. Okay, that's why you need to off it. Then this one, the second brush here that you will on, you make active, is clean the brush after each stroke. So that means when you are done working on here, immediately you move to here, the brush have automatically cleaned. Okay, so you are working on here with the sample of here. Okay, so that's why. So, and this custom will be on custom. Okay, so this is weight, load, mix, and flow. So right here, my weight is on 60, my load is 60, my mix is 100, flow is 60. So this is the custom setting I normally use in my retouch. But if you are a beginner, I will advise you to make it 30, 30, 30 or 20, 20, 20. Your mix can as well be 0 or anything. Mix doesn't actually matter. Okay, so the reason why you need to reduce this is because if this increase, you might not control it and you end up spoiling your image. Okay, so you can as well try my settings, but if you can't control my settings, use 30, 30, 30 or 20, 20, 20. Okay, now let's retouch this picture right here. So you zoom, and if you are brushing, brush cycle or this way. That's the two ways you can brush to get the best results. Okay, so and I will be combining the two ways. And if you are brushing, always make sure you brush according to the structure of the picture, the structure of the person, the facial structure, the body structure. Follow the body structure and the facial structure while retouching. Okay, so as you can see right there, you can see what I'm doing. Now this is how you brush. You can see I'm painting cycle. And if you're working this way and If you're working on the highlights, remain on the highlights until you finish. Don't move highlight to the shadow. And if you're working on the shadow, so remain on the shadow till you finish. Don't move shadow to the highlight. Okay. So this is how you work on. So you beautify this picture more and it will still look realistic. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please hit the subscribe button. By the end of this tutorial, you will learn how you can retouch your picture professionally and get the perfect skin tone for your picture. So now, if you look at this picture right here, let's do a before after. So you can see the difference. You can see that this picture is looking more softer and beautiful before after. Okay. So if you zoom back before after, okay. So let's continue working on this picture. We are not going to change this picture, rather we are going to beautify it more, and that is what retouching is all about. So when you are retouching, move according to the structure of the body. Remember, don't move highlight to shadow and don't move shadow to highlight. So and when you are retouching, always make sure you increase and decrease your brush size according to place you are retouching, so it will fit into where you are retouching. Okay, so let's check this. This is before and this is after. Before, after. Okay, so let's continue working on this picture. We are going to fix it completely and it will look more beautiful and amazing and also realistic. So you always check, zoom in, zoom out, check more, check the place you are making a mistake and you correct it. Check if you are really getting it accurate. Always check, zoom in and zoom out, check. Pay attention to the details when you are working on pictures, most especially when you are working on beauty images. If you are a beginner watching this tutorial, please remember that this is retouching. It needs your patience. Okay, to become a pro, you need to be patient and you practice always. Make sure you practice. Make sure you master your Photoshop. So this way. So as you can see, I'm checking, going back over and over again to check if I'm really getting it. And the place that I didn't get, I fix it back. So that is how you retouch. As you can see, this is before and this is after. You can see this picture is transforming and becoming more beautiful and realistic. So let me zoom in. This is before and this is after. Okay. So let's continue fixing this picture. So as you're watching this tutorial, please like this tutorial, share, drop a heart, drop a comment. If you have questions, ask questions, ask questions. If you have a tutorial you would love to see here again, please request for it. Drop it and I will do it. Okay, so I'm here to help my fellow photographers and retouchers. Okay, so create, let's explore the world of creativity together with the little knowledge that I have. Okay, so you can see that this picture is looking more flawless, and you can see what I'm doing. I'm going back over and over again because I'm just observing, fixing the places that I really need to fix to be top notch. I'm fixing those places. So as you can see right here, this is before and after. It's looking beautiful. Okay, so let's move to the next side. Okay, and we are going to move to the on neck side. We move to the shoulder side. Okay, so this is a way you can retouch professional. Okay, so there are many ways to retouch out there, but you don't retouch like an amateur. When you are retouching, retouch like a pro. Make sure you use your mixer brush or you use your dodge and burn pattern to get a perfect photo retouch. Okay, so as you can see, I retouch here and I still leave the freckles here. Okay, like I told you guys, freckles are part of the human features. So you don't remove the freckles. If you're working on a model that has freckles, you don't remove the freckles unless you are creating an effect or the picture you are instructed to remove the freckles. Freckles are part of human features. If someone has it, you don't remove it during retouching. You make sure you maintain the freckles. Okay, so let's work on the lips. So as you see this picture right here, this picture is looking more soft and beautiful. Okay, so this is before and this is after. Let me zoom more to the face. This is before and this is after. Okay, so it's looking soft and natural and also beautiful. So this is the shoulder here. This is before and this is after. Okay, so this is how you can retouch. Okay, pay attention to the details. Okay, the ear here. Let's work on the ear a little. Okay, so now we are done with the frequency separation of this picture, the retouching of this picture right here. Okay, so I merge this before after. Okay, before after, as you can see, and it's still looking realistic and beautiful. So the next thing we are going to do here is to do the skin tone, pop out all the makeups on her face. Okay, so and to do that, we are going to start with skin tone. First, let's duplicate this image, Ctrl J. Okay, so the first skin tone I'm going to do, we are going to combine different adjustments for this skin tone. So the first skin tone I'm going to do here, I'm going to use my fair skin tone 1. Okay, this is the first fair skin tone. here in this my all-in-one retouching presets. Okay, so I'll click on it. Okay, so I will allow you to load. As you can see, it has finished loading. So it will give you instruction on how you can go about it. Click continue. So here, you pick your brush, turn on this gray here to make it black and white. Okay, so you paint only on the skin, as you can see right here. Paint only on the skin. So take your time, paint only on the skin. So I told you this my all-in-one retouching preset has everything you need as a retoucher, as an editor. So I I created everything you need as a graphic designer as well. I have some preset inside there that can turn your picture to a cartoon with just a click also. So all is there. That is why I name it all in one. So it contains everything. You can check it out. Check the pinned comments of this tutorial. So you get it from there. So this is how you can use this skin tone to paint it or only on the skin. So as you can see right here, then you turn off the black and white. Now as you can see right here, this is this picture before and this is after this skin tone. Okay, so but this is not the end. So the next thing we are going to do again is to click on this mask of this skin tone here. Okay, now we select only the skin, as you can see. Now we move to color balance here. Now we add a little red, then add a little yellow here, add a little magenta here, push the red a little more. Okay, so this is cool. Then we still hold Control and click on the mask to make the selection again. So now we take the curve a little and add a little light, just a little. Okay, so this is looking beautiful. Okay, but this is not the end. So what we're gonna do next is to add blush on the cheek. So inside this my all-in-one preset here, under the dodge and burn button, you will get blush. Okay, so click on blush. So as you can see now, we paint on the cheek, only the cheek, to bring back the blush. Okay, if you pay attention, you know that when during retouching will fade all these effects, the blush and the makeup. That's why you need to pop it out after your retouching this way. So if the blush is much, you can drop the opacity. To your satisfaction. Okay, so now I need to add a little shadow and highlight, make the skin more radiant and glowing. Okay, so and to do that, I will take my curve here. Now here, I will take this highlight up. Okay, so now I double click this side and it will bring out this. Then this underlying layer here, I will take it from this side. You'll be seeing the effect on the skin. Now, if I get to something like this, where it has highlighted the highlight and the shadow parts. Okay, so now I hold my alternative and divide this thing here, then take this to final. Okay, take this to this side to get something like this. Now, if as you can see something like, you can see the skin is glowing now. So this is before and this is after. This is before and this is after. Now you can as well leave this skin this way, but I don't want to leave this skin this way. So what I will do is to invert it, Control I. Okay. So I pick my brush tool and paint on the part that I want the effect on. I don't want it on the whole picture. So only the area I want the effect on, that's the area I will paint. So the black effects, I paint on the radiant side. Okay. I'll paint only on the place I want the effect on. So if it's much, you can drop the opacity a little to your satisfaction. Okay, so now this is looking beautiful this way. As you can see, it's looking beautiful, but this is not the end. So the next thing I did was adding one of my fair skin tone looks. Okay, let me show you something. So here I have my Mighty 8. This is Mighty 8 fair skin tone. Okay, so this Mighty 8 fair skin tone contains 8 powerful fair skin tone looks for your pictures and videos. So it can work on Premiere Pro and on Photoshop. So I'm going to use one of these fair skin tone on that image. So you can check the pinned comment in this tutorial video. Check the pinned comment for this skin tone. Okay. So I go here. So I move to this color lookup. Then I add the first skin tone. So as you can see, this is one of the first skin tone. As you can see how it calms the image before, after, before, after. Okay. So don't forget, this image is still looking beautiful this way. Okay. So, but for the sake of this tutorial, so now this image is looking cool. So if the skin tone is much, you can as well drop the opacity here. Can drop the opacity. So, and what I did again was I created an invisible layer. Shift Control Alternative E. So invisible layer, then I'll go to filter, to camera raw filter. So here in camera raw filter, this black here, I take it this way a little. Take it this way a little. Then I move to effects here and add texture. Add texture. Let me zoom in so you can see it well. So add a little texture here. Then scroll down to details and add a little sharpening. Okay. So I click enter. So now let's match everything and check our before and after. So now this is our final results, and this is before, as you can see this picture, and this is after. Okay. So if we zoom in, before, after, before, after. Okay. So this is how we work on this beautiful picture and make it more beautiful and glowing this way. Okay, so if you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Okay, subscribe to this channel and hit the bell button. Also, drop a comment. Okay, share this tutorial, and thank you for watching. So I will see you in my next tutorial.